losing that composure like we always do on Tuesday night. I lose my composure every Tuesday night as I get stoked up for this bad boy. What fire cannot burn, the band is St. Ricketts, www.saintricketts.com. And I keep seeing John and Tom and Eric and the gang posting pictures of studio work. Brand new album is so very close, and I so very much can't stand it. Good evening, everybody. It is Tuesday night, 8:02 p.m. And we are back live 100% for another episode of The Yo Show.
Yo.
I am Jeff the Shark Perini. Ray Coleman said the new desk looks awesome. I got to tell you, dude, it's also streamlined. Neat.
Oh,
organized.
you're like up. I can see you now.
Yeah, I got like an office chair. So
you're my level.
I know. I'm actually like neck and neck with Jewel. I've got beers like under on this shelf, and then like miscellaneous fun on this shelf. Ray Coleman, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, brand new album coming out for Ray, and we're going to have him on the Yo Show real soon, play some of these new tunes. Very excited. One of our dear friends and an outstanding musician, Mr. Ray Coleman. And Ray, as always, thanks for tuning in. With me, as always, on a Tuesday night, and we're going to talk about why I said that in a moment, the co-hostess with the absolute mostest, the sister from another Mr. And as I gaze into her eyes, I say, the most beautiful woman in podcast, webcast, broadcast, the amazing Jewel Teddy, ladies and gentlemen. Jewel, good evening.
Good evening, Jeff. How are we doing tonight?
Terrific. Butter you up a little bit. And the reason why I say with me is always on Tuesday, because now we're doing, to kind of conquer all these guests that we have flooding in. I know it sounds crazy. People are flooding in. We decided to do 2 nights a week. We do the Yo Show. Of course, it's me and Jewel, and this will always be our entity. But we do a little thing now called Yo 2.0 on Wednesday. I did it last week with Tina Marie Trimpert. We welcomed Jessica Morris. It was great. I love Tina. I love Jessica. That was great. A little different without Jewel. Jewel, a little different. Felt a little weird. Not gonna lie.
Did it?
A little bit. Yeah,
well,
sure did.
Probably with Tina, you don't feel like you're in the driver's seat. Tina kind of commands a room. If you don't know, so
she was not shy to take over. Like I said, like I've had. We do it with Tiffany Mosher a few times, and me and Jewel. I did it in the past with some other guy whose name we don't even mention anymore. But, Jewel, you're like the glove, man. You fit.
Oh. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know.
That is a terrific thing, of course.
Okay.
So we want to thank last week's guest, the one and only Lena Scissorhands. That was pretty terrific. Infected Rain is the band. The tour has kicked off. Infected Rain, The Butcher Babies, and Stitched Up Heart. So 2 of those 3 ladies have been on our show. Outstanding. Big tour, and I saw a little bit of footage of it. Looks terrific. Nixie Demner from Stitched Up Heart was doing some awesome, like, slow motion videos of her performance. And I got to tell you, man, it looks terrific. It's coming to Harrisburg in late September. So I'd like to check it out.
Wow.
Of course, like I said, last week on the Yo 2.0, which we did Tuesday night, Jessica Morris, outstanding actress. She was terrific. A lot of great shares from her as well. A lot of great stuff to talk about. So, out with the old, and in with the new, because tonight we have an outstanding guest. Jewel, you know we're pretty much Philly-based, Bucks County, Montgomery County, all that. And we love our Philly artists, and tonight we have an outstanding one. R&B, soul, his music is fantastic. He's got a brand new album just dropped. Local Philly artist by the name of Dondi. I'll tell you, Dondi. Yeah, I love it. The new stuff is out on Apple Music, so of course you know that Jeff already has some saved into his music library. It's the way we do it here. And I love it, man. It's outstanding music. Reminds me of a certain somebody. I'm going to mention the name as we do our top 5 list. We do a top 5 list every night, me and Jewel do. And again, I try not to steal it for other shows, so it's a me and you thing.
Oh, yeah, thanks. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. So, top 5 list tonight. Top 5 R&B singers. Top 5 R&B, soul, if you will, kind of singers. It's kind of a broad category when we looked them up. Like, there's rappers on there and there's, like, pop singers. So, I tried to bring it to the best possible level I could. with something I really enjoy. And of course, so we kind of do it in honor of our guest, Dondi, tonight. So we like to keep it kind of guest themed. And at number 5, I come out with a gentleman who is one of the legends of Motown, one of the greatest singers of all time, and it's Smokey Robinson. I tell you what, man, I love me some Smokey Robinson. Very chill, very relaxed, very romantic. Like when you want to, like me and the missus want to kind of chill in the house, you know. And so many great songs, and you know, the music is timeless. He's been around for forever, and just great stuff. Number 4, I love one of the first ladies of music, the amazing Miss Tina Turner. I love me some Tina Turner. I love those legs, Jewel. That is,
you do.
Yeah, well, yes, I do. Amazing woman. Love me some Tina Turner, absolutely. Number 3, Usher. You know, it's funny, like a lot of my buddies know that I'm like into the metal and the hard rock, and when they see Usher on my playlist, like, Usher? I'm like, absolutely. You spend time and listen to Usher. Truly a great artist, great dancer, great performer. I'm a big fan. Number 2, you can't have a list. Yes?
I'm just thinking of you at the bar, like Jim and Usher.
And it will happen. You will see it. Number 2, I mean, these 1 and 2 were tough to put in order. But number 2, of course, is none other than James Brown. Wow, man. I mean, James Brown to me is like R&B mixed with rock, mixed with
Soul.
headbanging metal.
King of
and
soul.
Because he's just like so electric, man. You could not.
Have you ever seen him?
No, never seen him. My brother did. When he came to Atlantic City many years ago.
Yep.
He got to. I never did, and I regret it because he's outstanding. I love me some James Brown. And number 1, like I said, it reminds me a little bit of Dondi and his music. One of my all-time favorites. And I told you the other night while we were out, I sat first row to see this fella in Atlantic City. Behind me was Eddie Murphy. That's how good my seats were. 5 rows behind me was Whitney Houston.
Oh.
So that's how good my seats were. It's
like...
one and only Mr. the late great Luther Vandross. And
Yes.
I tell you what, Jewel, an outstanding show. I missed this gentleman. His show was incredible. It's so much fun. His voice was just captivating, and I love Luther. And like I said, I kind of get a little bit of Luther in Dondi's music, which I think is great. And I hope he appreciates that compliment. I mean it as a great compliment. I know every artist likes to kind of be their own, but you know, I see that in his music.
Who doesn't love Luther Vandross?
Oh my
I'm
God!
impressed.
When I tell you, terrific
I'm impressed.
show. Thank you very
I'm glad
much.
you like mixed it up a little bit because I thought I had you pegged, but I was wrong.
I was looking. I'm like, you know what? Like I said, when you look, and I won't say who, what, when, because you know, you have your list. And he said in a private chat part, he said thank you, and of course, welcome. He's in backstage. We'll have him on shortly. Sometimes we like to play the music before. We'll play his songs after. We'll get him on, and we'll chat with him shortly, and get him in here. And of course, I love it. Jewel, let's have your top 5 list. Let's get your top 5
Oh boy,
favorite R&B singers.
this was so hard. Like really, I had
There's
to. Like,
so many. God, there's so
spend
many good
time.
ones. Dude. Like,
what do I choose?
you're right. Childhood, growing up, modern day stuff. There's so many.
I know there can be like 10 lists just for me alone. So I'm just gonna do my favorite, and I think my most listened to. So let's just put it that way. But this list is very long, just so you know. Number 5, The Weeknd. I have
Yes.
like grown such a strong fanatical obsession with The Weeknd these past couple years. I mean, yeah, a couple years, and just every album is just so good, and he can sing so well, and he surprises you. Like, I love the new album, so kudos to him.
Yeah, you're a big fan, and that whole Super Bowl thing where everybody was talking about the face wasn't that big a deal. He had a little face work in it. I think they doctored the pictures beforehand to make it look like his whole face had sunken in and fallen apart.
No, he did a video, and he was all like, it was part of the video.
I didn't think. I mean,
maybe he had like touch-ups here and there. I don't know. Who knows? Everyone does in Hollywood, right? But like, come on.
I thought his halftime show was pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think he did a good job considering like COVID and stuff, you know, doing all the precautions.
Sure.
Number 4, Al Green, man. Come on.
Awesome.
How Can You Mend a Broken Heart is, I think I have it in like every version on every playlist I ever have ever. And it's just my go-to sad song all the time. Love Al Green. Number 3, this chick is such a badass, and she can play the guitar. Like, she just rips. But her the first time I heard her on the radio, I found her on the radio. I know I didn't dive deep into my eclectic, but she's phenomenal, and her whole album is just she's a great songwriter, and I appreciate that. Appreciate that about her. Number 2.
You never said who it was.
Her. Oh, it's her. Her.
Okay. I'm
Sorry.
I thought you were just saying her like her and never got. Okay,
No, it's her.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Is it her? It's her.
Yeah.
Threw me a curveball there.
I know. Number 2. I need to feel it. When this man comes on, I probably automatically cry. But Sam Cooke.
Yeah, goody.
Gone too soon. I love him and everything he does. And number 1, another late, great, rest in peace. I just bawled my eyes out when she cried because I'm such a huge fan. And now all of her songs are coming on streaming places now because I can never find them on any streaming platform, which was so hard. So I just stream it through YouTube. But Aaliyah. And
yeah, her stuff. She has been all over the news lately.
Yeah.
I guess with the new downloading and all that, and just marvelous. You want to talk about somebody going too soon? Gorgeous, great presence, amazing voice and music. Wow.
I know. And yeah, I think her family is in on the legal part of sharing her music and this and that. So I'm like, I don't know. Is it right to stream her music right now? Who knows? But I have to listen to it some way. So
Right.
give it to me.
Very good. Great list from both of us. We both did the same thing. We went a little modern. We went a little vintage.
Yes.
So great list. And we'll rehash the list, of course. It's top 5 favorite R&B singers. And number 5, Smokey Robinson. And not to sound funny, but it reminds me of my mom. My mom was a massive Smokey Robinson fan. And I grew to like it through her, and I've been liking it ever since. Number 4, Tina Turner. Those legs, man. Stop it. Number 3, Usher. Number 2, James Brown, also with legs, but in a different category. He just moves around real good with his legs. And number 1, the amazing, late, great Luther Vandross. Evan Horn would know what's behind the Cabbage Patch Dolls. It's actually Funko Pops, not Cabbage Patch Dolls. So what's behind there is Cabbage Patch, I think, we know that's a different story for a different time. Not a whole scavenger hunt thing. And I never collected those. Thank you. Joel came back with The Weeknd, Al Green, Her, which threw me for a little loop there first, and just an awesome answer at Sam Cooke, and of course the late great Aaliyah. These lists we did great, but we lost a few of these, which is a shame. Always is, but these are the things that happen. Real quick, like I said, we already have Dondi backstage. Real quick before we get him on, Joel, we want to talk real quick about what Friday night for the great fans of Philadelphia. Jewel and I made our way to Rivers Casino, and we actually got out to see a show. Go figure. And I know, right? We got out to see the one and only Jamie Kennedy. We met Jamie. The picture is kind of horrible. Very small. And Jewel, I didn't realize till afterwards that rude me. You're the bigger fan, and I stood in between us.
I was thinking that. I'm like, why?
Yeah, and I noticed.
What's happening here?
You ran over after to get your own picture. So, of course, from left to right, of course, is Alyssa Mai, who's been on our show. Great friend and fan of our show. And she even told Jamie, I got to be in the picture. These are my friends, which I love her. So
she's adorable. We love
Alyssa
her.
Mai, Jamie Kennedy, of course, in the middle. Myself and Jewel. Philadelphia, Rivers Casino, mask mandatory. I even said to Jamie, really? He's like, yeah, put your mask on. So we had to put our mask on. We got autographs.
He meets so many people. I mean,
I know. We got
kind of has to.
The show, Jewel, was absolutely hilarious. One of the funniest I've seen in a long time. Hilarious.
He was really, really funny. I didn't expect to belly laugh that hard the entire time. But I was crying. I was crying tears. It was so much fun. So glad we got to meet him and everything.
Just hysterical. And after the show, as Jewel knows, Jewel and her sister were with me. My wife had as she knows, she's battling breast cancer. So she had a little bit of a fever. Went to the hospital. I go there. I sit with her in the ER till 3:30 in the morning. And you want to talk about weird, Joel? 3:30 in the morning, leave the hospital, come on, flip on TBS, which isn't a local station. It's a nationwide station.
Yeah.
And what's on? Malibu's Most Wanted. Creepy.
Malibu, yeah.
Absolutely creepy. And of course, I stayed up and watched the whole thing because I'd never actually seen it in its full extent.
It's so funny. Like, you gotta just appreciate it.
So I'm like, there was no way this is happening, but it's a sign from God saying, don't worry, your wife will be just fine. Look, you went to see Jamie, and now he's in your house.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you to Jamie. Thank you to Alyssa, who
Yes.
gave me just the biggest, warmest hug greeting, which was amazing. So happy to, she was so happy to see us. We were even happier to see
You
her.
got a hug?
A giant hug.
I ain't get a hug.
If my wife caught me, she'd kill me kind of hug.
I was like holding Jamie's back. I'm like, hi. How you doing? Had a crush on you since I was like 15. It's fine.
Me and Jewel want to know if you guys swing because we can.
Oh my God. Too far. Too far.
Too far.
We were
Very
doing good. Okay.
You know what it is? It's the R&B music and the romance.
I get something.
Yeah, I got to blame anything I can for my terrible mouth. My
I
wife
feel
says
like we're like those on Pitch Perfect. It's like the guy always says the dirty jokes and the
Yeah, I
girl's
know.
like, in your dreams, Hal.
And the sad part is on Wednesday night with Tina, I kind of got away with it. Like I said a few things. She's like, "Ooh, you're bad," and I'm like,
You're bad.
"Yeah, you're bad.
bad.
Where's the eye roll on the dude? Too far and the head shake. That's what I need."
Yeah.
All right. Well,
If only they heard what I say to you after the show.
Oh, I know. And then the text messages and all that good stuff. And when we hang out like together, and yeah, it's a scolding. It's a mother-esque type scolding. All right. Let's get down to it because I always behave mostly when we talk to the guest. We don't interview, Jewel. We chat. Remember?
Yes.
As Lena said. You don't
Yes.
interview, you chat. And that's what we do here on our webcast. And tonight I'm very excited to chat with this guest. We had him booked for a few weeks now, so we've been anticipating it, leading up to him, getting very excited for it. A local Philadelphia artist, which we love, but he's been all over. His music just hits nationwide. They said this brand new album is out now called Swim in Your Skin. It came out August 6th, and you can find it. And of course, as always, once we have him on, I'll scroll at the bottom where you can find it, where you can find him and his websites, etc. But let's get him on the show. A terrific R&B artist, singer, songwriter, even got into producing. The one and only Mr. Dondi Allen. All right.
Hey, can you hear me?
Hello.
We can hear you, but
Right.
you maybe pull the mic a little closer so your voice can explode for us.
Is that a little better?
Oh,
That's,
yeah.
That's outstanding. It really is.
All right.
First and foremost, before we do anything, I just want to thank you for coming on with us tonight. We love our guest. And like I said, Jewel goes out and does a lot of work with public relations firms. And she had a list of artists. And every time she gives them to me, I'm like, all right, let me dig in. And I
Right.
dug in. And after like a few minutes, I'm like, oh, yeah, I am liking this a lot. So terrific.
I appreciate that. First, let me just say that Jewel is so much better looking than you, Jeff.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The catchphrase I say for the show is you come to the show to hear me, but you stay to see Joel. We know what that's all about.
Oh,
Right.
you're too kind. But yes, we so much appreciate having you here. And we love our Philly people. Are you still in Philly?
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Born and raised, but moved around a lot, but I come back home always. I'm in Center City right now, just ran in from rehearsal to come and sit and talk with you guys.
Very nice. Thank you
We
so
appreciate
much.
that. Great. We love the Center City area. Outside of the traffic getting down there, I love it.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah,
But,
that's
so-
a fallback.
Oh, absolutely. There's no doubt about it. I mean, if you have to get to somewhere by 7, you better leave your house at 4 and prepare for about an hour's worth of traffic
That's
and
right.
getting around. But
That's right.
So, brand new album is out, and I absolutely love it. I played most of the tracks. Swim in Your Skin was just
Right.
released August 6th. Tell us a little bit about the album and the songs and where your creative process came on this album.
Well, like everybody else, I was locked down, and I just do what I do. This is actually my 5th commercial project, and I just took a lot of time putting together some songs that I felt were relevant to this whole lockdown.
Terrific.
Sitting at home, everybody's sitting at home, and people are getting divorced. because they have to actually live in the same space.
God bless my wife if she's watching. Thank you.
Yeah. So, swimming your skin is just not just about a romantic notion. In order to get along with somebody, you have to kind of like put yourself in their shoes. You kind of like got to swim in their skin for a minute, you know, and that's where the premise for that song comes from, you know.
It's
And
terrific.
the entire album is basically about love and togetherness, and I get a little bit into some social issues, but if you don't have love in this world, what you got?
I agree. And the beauty of music, like I said, being in the webcast podcasting, when you talk about certain issues, it's kind of out there and everybody's judging. What does that mean? When you
Right.
sing it, there is a twist of, okay, it's beautiful and means this, but also means this, which is cool. So
Right.
we appreciate you doing that and bringing out the issues, without being one of them people that's banging over everybody's head. It's done in a beautiful fashion.
Well,
How do you stay positive throughout like last year and this year? Like, what do you do that keeps your spirits up?
God,
Yeah,
I do a lot of praying, and I have a wonderful wife, so
excellent.
she keeps me grounded.
Mhm.
And hey, if it's not, if nobody's bleeding, it's not that bad.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh,
I like that. I'm going to be using that from now on, especially on the show. And it looks like we have a tragic moment. I'm going to say, Joel, as long as nobody's bleeding, it's not that bad. Another thing I love about artists, they always have like the absolute, like most ingenious, like little catchphrases and little ways of planning things, which is awesome. But yeah, I did read that you spent time during the lockdown creating it, and you called it like probably your most personal piece. Isn't that a little? Let me say. Do you get like kind of the jitters of really putting yourself out there, like deep in your soul? You're like, this is my deepest album. Now you're laying it out to people to
Right.
critique your deepest thoughts, or do you think like, hey, it's just me being creative?
Absolutely, but fear is the great mind killer, and putting yourself out there is it's a frightening thing.
Oh yeah,
But
every Tuesday night.
I summoned the courage, but I decided to do that years ago when I started to write music and put it out so other people could hear it. You kind of expose yourself. You expose your strengths, but you also end up exposing all your weaknesses.
Sure.
You know, artistically, personally, if people get in your head and they go, "Oh, that's what kind of guy this is." And sometimes it can be a bit daunting.
yeah. And you grew up with music and singing, and you were in the Philadelphia Musical Academy Choir as a child. Like, how was that experience? Did you always want to sing?
Oh yeah, since I was very young, grew up in Germantown, and you try to be, a little black kid in Germantown wearing a red blazer with a ruffled shirt and a bow tie. I got made fun of a lot. And,
You can't be a white kid wearing that in Germantown either. So I.
here you go. But we came from all over. We had kids from North Philly, South Philly, Delaware County, Montgomery County. They kids from all over, and it was just like one of the greatest experiences of my life, and it was a life-changing experience because I'm still singing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And singing very well on top of it. So it's
I-
not just like you're a kid and you think you got it. You're a kid getting into it. You work with it. You stick with it, and here you are today on our show, which makes you the big time.
Yeah.
Did you sing in other choirs? Like, did you sing on services Sunday, or was it just for the?
I wasn't really a church singer. I was in the All City Chorus, the Philadelphia All City Chorus. That's all the schools in the city.
Okay.
I was kind of like classically trained, so we did a lot of opera and choral music.
Mm.
But once again, being a kid with the mother I had to be exposed to some gospel. So
Mhm.
it was just an all around musical experience for me growing up. I listened to everybody from Earth, Wind and Fire to Deep Purple.
Yeah,
So,
that's some great music right there.
yeah,
Absolutely.
you know,
Yeah.
it was quite a vast experience, and my mother was a singer as well, so I got that pretty honest.
Yeah.
Actually, it's always great when it passes on from the family because you learn much, in house. We have a lot of our musical artists who have music in the family, and you can see it rub off on them. So you also got into producing, and you songwrite, and you sing. Do you feel more comfortable that way, totally hands-on? Because some people let everybody else do all this for them, and sometimes it seems like it loses a little something of themselves. So do you feel like you love being in total control?
Oh, I love being in total control of what the finished product is going to sound like. My wife actually executive produced my last two albums,
Ooh.
so I get a little bit from her, but music production is a continually growing thing. The tools change constantly,
Sure.
and the one thing that doesn't change is, for me, my creative process. I have to shut down a little bit and live in the world for a minute, and then go sit down and write about it. So
I like that. Like I said, the world is. I always say that too on the show. We're just looking up topics to talk about and things we talk about at random. The world is a terrific resource to learn things and create about because there's so much going on. Has there ever been a time, and maybe being a little funny about it, but has there ever been a time where the wife, as the executive producer, looks and says, "Nah, I'm not liking this," and you're like, "Woman."
more than you know. More than you know.
That's terrific.
No. No. And I listen.
Sure.
I listen. I go back and I listen to it again, and I'm like, she's right. But there are times where I go, she doesn't know what she's talking about.
Got that ear.
Yeah.
That's great. So, since we've been kind of back, have you performed anywhere live yet, or is it just?
My own music, no, but that's coming very soon.
Very
But
nice.
I work with a cover band, an event band all the time,
Ooh.
and we are back full time doing what we do. And
Oh.
it's nice to be out and about, just singing and working,
Yeah, we're all about. We love getting out to see bands. Doesn't even matter the venue. Could be a small place, giant place. Like I said, we went out and saw a comedy show Friday. Me and Joel happened to go.
First time I've been out.
I know, right? So we haven't been doing much. I saw one concert and this, and we're just excited to be back out. Was there any lapse? Maybe I forget how to do this. Getting back on stage.
Ooh, a little bit, yeah, a little bit when we first came back because my band was off for about a year, and
Wow.
it's like, am I gonna remember all these lyrics and all these arrangements, So, but it took us a minute, but we're back to form. The name of that
That's
band,
good.
the name of that band is Jelly Roll.
Yes.
We're back to form. But if people want to come see me and do with my music, I'll be at the World Cafe Live December 1st. It's a
Ooh.
Wednesday night. So World Cafe Live December 1st. I got a band together. I got I call them my family now, my second family. I have Jeff Smith on keyboards. I have Trev Rivers on drums for me, and I have Anthony Schuler playing bass. And right now we're putting together a show that's really going to be something. It'll be
That
material from the current album and some material from the previous two albums, and even one or two songs that have not yet been heard.
Oh, I like that. Like the sound of that. I love behind the scenes and new stuff. So it is. I got it on the bottom scroll as well for everybody that normally pays attention to the bottom scroll, so you can check it out. The very famous World Cafe Live in Philly, a great
Right.
venue, and you can get tickets at www.alldondi.com. Correct?
Well, they're not available now. They won't
Okay.
be available until Walk Cafe puts them up on their site.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And that's a great venue. I saw Darlene Love there
Right.
a couple years ago, and she was she's fantastic. Yeah, she's in her 70s. She's just kicking it. But yeah, that's a great time. What has been? I mean, you've played so many huge places.
Yeah,
What has been like your favorite to play, and what's your favorite all time, and what's your favorite local place? I would say.
Ooh, my favorite all time place to play. Uh, that's kind of hard. I played the Dell a couple times, and that was a lot of fun. I did that a few years ago, well, many years ago, with a band called Soul Deviance Force of Nature. We did the Dell. That was great. Um, Also, the White House.
I was going
Played
to say the White House.
a lot of
It's
fun.
pretty big.
Yeah,
I saw that and I'm like, the White House. So, of course, it's on the list of things we got to ask. And like I said, people nowadays, White House looks like touchy. But no, man, that's huge. I don't care who you are. That's massive.
yeah, that was big. I'm surprised they let me in, but yeah,
That's
they
awesome. But you
did.
also,
They did.
yeah, you also got the Democratic National Convention and, of course, Madison Square Garden. These are just massive. The
Right.
the bigger the venue, does it really like shake your gut? Or
Sometimes,
Yeah.
sometimes, but I play with the people that I'm confident with and that are confident in me. So when I turn around and it's like, this is nice, this is home.
Yeah.
So they got my back and I got theirs. So
that's awesome. When you played at the White House, who was in office at the time, and did you get to meet him?
GW, yes.
Okay, and you met him.
GW was there the first time, and the second time we went. He actually knew my name. He actually, when I
Wow.
walked in the room, he actually said, "Hi, Dondi, how you doing?"
Yeah,
I
wow.
was totally shocked. The President of the United States knows my name.
Well, your music is that good and it's that impressionable. So why wouldn't you know your name?
Yeah, it was wild.
You should have freaked him out and said, "And you are."
What's your name again?
That would have been funny.
Oh man.
Oh, I love it.
So we're gonna play a track. Just think about it after you leave us tonight. What can you tell us about it and the story behind it?
Well, actually, it's my wife's favorite track,
Oh,
probably of all time. Um, and it's just basically about a guy seeing a girl, a guy seeing a woman, and I want to go out with you, and I know you got a lot of things going on right now. The world is being the world, so just think about it, just give it some thought. That's really basically what it's about.
oh,
It's beautiful. I love it, and I love the delivery of it. Like I said, it's very romantic style music, and I said I kind of laid a couple on my wife already, and she likes it. She gets into the show and who we have on as well, so she's great like that. And it's got to be a luxury, like you're in the shower singing, and you're walking around the house singing, and your wife's like, "Ah, this is my favorite song." Meanwhile, I walk around the house and sing, and she's like, "For the love of God, would you stop? That is horrible."
oh.
Okay.
What?
Be surprised when I just break out into the song. My wife goes, "What are you doing?"
Stop that racket.
That's yeah, but I don't know.
Who do you guys listen to most around the house nowadays?
Besides
Oh,
yourself, Chris.
Who do you have on?
wow, crazy. Just the other day, I was listening to Sills and Crofts and Janice Ian. So that
Terrific.
tells you, like,
Yeah.
my musical taste. I was listening to a bunch of Steely Dan. We were listening to Sting. Elvis Costello. But we like Eric Benet. We saw him not too long ago, and so we listen to everything and everybody.
That's a mix.
Yeah.
There's so much out there, and like I said, over the past, and it's funny how we play here on the past couple of weeks. We now have you with your R&B and soul sound. Last week we had a heavy metal artist. The week
Yep.
before we had kind of a pop artist, but we love it all, and we
Right.
really just get so into it. And I'm not lying when I tell you, it goes on the phone. Everybody that's been on here. So
Oh,
people
yeah.
that get in my car are like, "What's going on here?" I'm like, "Oh, it's my show
Pretty
guest."
eclectic, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm never in like, okay, there's times where I'm in the mood for just this. But
Right.
whenever it comes to music and getting in the car, I'm in the mood for anything as long as it's
Mixed
beautiful.
bag. Yep.
Yeah.
Same here.
Who are some of the maybe the influences, if you will? I know you're backstage. I heard Joel and I give us the top 5 list. Let me lay it on you. Give us maybe your top 3. It doesn't have to be just R&B. Anything. Some of your top 3.
Well, when you said that, I reminded you a little bit of Luther Vandross. I was backstage, but I had to get up off the floor. That right there is, that man was just like, I almost quit singing when I heard Luther Vandross.
Nobody will do it.
So Luther is like my number one,
Sure.
and I also, I grew up with artists like Peebo Bryson,
Yeah.
and Jeffrey Osborne.
Oh, Jeffrey
So,
Osborne is
just
so underrated.
so just the deep R&B love songs, for bands like the Commodores and the Ohio Players, and bands like that.
I hate to put you on the spot, but can you do me a small favor? Can you just hit the lyrics "On the Wings of Love"? Can you hit it for me?
On the wings of love, up and above the clouds, the only way to fly.
To me, that's man, well, that's incredible. That's such a great song. One of our great friends and a great actor himself, Andrew James Blinder, in the house. I want to say
Andrew.
shout out to Dondi. So we want to
Right.
say hello to you. He's a terrific artist, well, terrific actor, and
right.
of course, a lot of our past guests love to give shout outs to our current guests. That Jeffrey Osborne.
Chills.
I know, right? Like I need that. Like again, he's watching. He's bravo. I thought that's fantastic. And the beauty of it is now it stays in our
Not
archive
bad.
forever. So I'm going to play it over and over again forever. I'm going to keep replaying this episode and hitting that spot right there.
Yeah, can you come back on my birthday and sing happy birthday? That'd be great.
Okay.
Oh, that is
cool.
terrific. So, but Center City, we talked about the lockdown in Center City. You really had to feel trapped because it's a big city, a tightly confined area, and I guess most of it is, a lot of high rise and stuff like that. Did it feel like, oh man, we're really stuck here?
No, not really, because we've got our Acme around the corner,
Okay.
and we stepped on the balcony, and there's Washington Square Park. So,
Very nice.
even though it was a ghost town,
Yeah.
it was like, the park is right there, and it was okay. We weren't that couple that went crazy, and, we were okay, we were okay.
Very good. There was a couple
But
times.
I know it was painful for a lot of people.
Yeah, my wife works in healthcare, so she was always on the
God
clock.
bless her.
Oh, thank you very much. So she was always on the clock with computer in hand. And there's times she's on the phone with her coworkers, and I just hear her. She's like, I can't take it anymore. Everything he says and does is working on my nerves. I'm like, I'm in the other room. I'm right here.
Wow.
Except when I made her breakfast. I was home every day to cook breakfast. That made her calm. But other than that, I was a real pain in the ass. I'm not going to lie.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm the only adult in my place, so I was just loving life.
Wow.
So what's coming up now? Like I say, you got the show in December. You had a brand new album. What's next for
Sleep.
Dondi? Sleep?
Yeah, you deserve it.
No, right now I'm kind of like taking it easy. Like you said, I just did an album. I'm putting together a show, and I'm working with the cover band every weekend like crazy. So other than that, I'm just relaxing, just trying to enjoy life every day, and not stress too much out about things, because what's going to happen is going to happen.
Truth, I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Yep, it's a good way to think.
Just taking one day at a time, just one day at a time. And at some point, I'll create another album. At some point, I'll put together another album.
That's exciting. That's what it's all about. Are you into? Because we ask a lot of singers this. A lot of groups now are going, especially the independents, with the singles. Release a single, release a single, release a single. Where you come out with albums. Is there a benefit or a setback either way that you feel, or you just like?
Well, I actually did release two singles. Two singles from the album were Just Think About It, the track you're going to play,
Yeah.
and Live It Up. They were released as singles, but they're also on the album. So it's really releasing a single to set up the album.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them do it in succession. They said all the singles will eventually lead to either an EP or an album, but they release so many. Where I'm back from the old day where you release a single or two, knowing the album is coming, and then when the album comes out, you jump right to those songs.
Right.
And then there's those nights where you're like, I need something to do. Let me catch up on the rest of the album. And you fall in love with a bunch of other songs off it. So that to me is the way to listen to music. I've always been an album guy. Like, before CDs, I was a guy that sat there and listened to the little scrape sound of the album, because to me that's music. And my wife got me a record player, and that's what I'm all about. I like that stuff.
The beauty of being an independent artist is that there's no certain roadmap. I'm not constrained to a record label who tells me how I have to do things and when I have to do them.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of independent artists. But what works for me might not work for another artist, and what works for another artist might not work for me. So
Yeah.
being independent, it's something to be said for that.
Do you call the shots? So what do you do when you're not playing, when you're not singing? What do you do on your downtime? Do you have any?
I watch movies.
What's the best one you've seen in the past couple months? What's got you?
The best movie I've seen in the past couple of months. That's a good one because I've watched so
I
many.
don't know.
Wow. I don't know. I'd have to give that some thought. I watch so many movies and so many TV series. Like, we watched Goliath.
I have not seen that one.
That was awesome. I like kind of like the mystery kind of things. So.
I'm the same. True crime. Thrillers.
So the one thing we definitely want to touch on, because it's huge and it definitely deserves accolades, 4-time Global Music Award winner. So that's awesome. So congratulations on that. Do you get are you in it for the accolades like that, or are you just in it to be an artist? Because some people love the awards, and that's great. I don't blame them. But some people are like, that stuff doesn't even matter. I just want to keep doing it.
No, it's nice, but that stuff doesn't matter. It's okay. My wife always says that he won't tell you this, but because it's like what the song. Another thing, I think you're going to play another track, Materialistic. It's like those things are just things,
Right.
And they can't keep you warm at night. They can't tell you that they love you, and I'd rather have love and affection and human accolades than awards and money and all those things. I'd rather someone say, wow, that song really got me out of bed this morning, something like that.
I assume like the roar of the crowd is worth 10 times the amount of one award, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So we love to link people together. A gentleman on Instagram, official Doodlebug, said that you're his cousin. And we noticed that he's that's awesome. He's followed by another guy that we had on our program in the past, Koofnots, who we love. He's out there too. So the world gets smaller and the Philly music scene gets smaller. Do you think
Planets is in the house?
Oh yeah. We love it. And like I said, we love when people are linked together. But the question that arises from seeing the names and people we've had on the show, do you feel the Philly music scene is competitive or more community, like everybody looks out for one another?
Oh,
and you can go either way. I mean,
that is a very interesting question. The Philly music scene can be very competitive, but there's a lot of love between the musicians and the players, and they come together and they do projects and they have success, and it's great. it's fantastic. You know, I love my peers in this area. I've played with a great deal of them and worked with a great many of them, and you know, it's just an awesome place for music and musicians. It just truly is. You know, and being a member of the Philadelphia Grammy board, where I get to go
Yeah.
to some of the functions and network with other Philly musicians and producers and engineers, and so yeah, there's a lot of love in this area with with the arts and the music and the musicians.
That's awesome. And I know when we had Kuf on our show, it was kind of early on during pandemic, and a lot of their talking was, when we get out, and we can't wait to, and now here we are making the stride. So,
Right,
it's amazing
right.
how we've evolved a little over, I won't say evolved, but where we've changed in a little over a year plus, where we had artists on who were chomping at the bit, and now we have artists who are getting out there. Like you said, it helped you create, which is fantastic. That's amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And it's great you found your band who you trust and you can be there with, because that's a whole other hurdle that musicians have. They can't find their people. So it's awesome that you found, and your wife produces. We have to meet your wife, and
Uh,
we really want to come out December 1st to World
oh,
Cafe.
please do come out December 1st. Yes,
I'll
she will be
sit on the table with your wife.
there.
And as I tell a lot of our musical guests, myself and a few partners of mine are opening up a brewery in Bucks County, like a big brewery where you come, you sit, you drink, and all that. And we're going to have a stage, and I would love to bring you up and with you, or even the band, just have you guys come up and play and get some great sounds in there. We're just such, like I said, we're just such music fans.
Let us know when.
You got
That's
it.
awesome.
And there's something for everybody. So there's it's a brewery for beer. But there's also some wine and some local liquors, and there's also soda and water and all that good stuff. So and like I said, that way we meet, we're community. We meet your people and your fans, and they meet us and
Right.
and the locals, and like I said, other bands come in, and so just so many ideas, and creative people like us, like you, we know how to work it, man.
Yes. Yes.
We're trying.
Absolutely.
That is awesome. So, again, the new album. What kind of feedback? You getting a lot of good news from it? I mean, I think it's terrific. So,
Well, Spotify's blowing up, which is cool.
I love it.
Getting a lot of YouTube views for the video, which is great, and people really seem to be digging it, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful for that. But just one person telling me they like the album, that's good. That's
Yeah.
good, because for me it's like the process and hearing the finished product and me loving it.
yeah,
It's
that's
me loving it. It's like
Mhm.
I did that. That's cool. I did that.
yeah. They always say if you can't listen to yourself, nobody else will.
Right.
We got one of our great people in the house, Sharon Leah, and she says she feels like she knows you. Now, Sharon's got a band. She does a lot of the Philly stuff. And, if you can, maybe find each other on Facebook, get to know each other, because she does a lot of great events, festivals. She does Women Who Rock for a Cause, so she's a tremendous person. And she said, hi, beautiful people. So hello, Sharon. Excellent. So, and that's what I like to do also. We like to try to link local people to each other. Just, you never know what kind of great event can explode from that. And of course, like I said, you got great things going on. She said, thank you. Absolutely. Dondi, Sharon, like I said, we love our local people. Once again, I'm going to hit it for everybody watching out there. I can't believe, we usually keep this to a half hour. We're already over a half hour, and I'm very
What?
sad. Yeah, we've already been like the 34-minute mark. It's unbelievable. It goes so fast. I want to hit it again for the people out there. Sharon gave you a big Dondi. She loves it. Dondi, the new album is Swim in Your Skin. As we said, Spotify, Apple Music. It's blowing up on Spotify. I got some downloaded now. I absolutely love it. All major streaming services. And, of course, you could catch Dondi December 1st at
Yes.
the very famous World Cafe Live, a great venue. And that's going to be an awesome show. He's putting it together, folks. He's promising a great one.
gonna be
I did
great.
put tickets at alldondi.com. He said World Live Cafe will have them.
Right.
Keep an eye on his website, www.alldondi.com. Facebook at Dondi the Songwriter, and Instagram and all Dondi Music. We became friends on Facebook last night, and I greatly appreciate your love of my post. And I started looking at you. It's amazing how quickly you meet and learn somebody over a few posts. I'm watching, man, this is just great. I like the style, dude. You always look sharp. You're always dressed up. I love it, man. I love it. So, obviously, after the new album and after your live performances and after your sleep and when you wake back up, we'd love to welcome you back on the show.
I'd love to do it.
Oh, thank you so much. We so much
Great.
Thank you guys for having
appreciate
me.
it.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, Dondi, our very special. Give him a little round of applause, Joel. Fantastic. We'll talk real soon. Like I said, we'll keep up with the album. We're going to play a song or two, and we'll talk real soon.
Thanks.
All right.
Thank
Have
you
a great
so
night.
much. Have a good night.
Good night.
Bye-bye. Oh, everybody. The amazing Dondi. It's got his last name on there, too, so I guess I could Dondi Allen. You know.
Yeah. Yes.
Sharon Lee says, we love you, Jeff and Joe. And Sharon, I did not forget about this phone call we got to make because Sharon wants to have us as guests on her program, which, you know, I love your show, Sharon. And, you know, I try to catch it whenever I can live. And you're just a tremendous artist and speaker. And you go on your little adventures and you got a great supporting cast with you. So it's just great. I really love it. I appreciate you watching us tonight. And we're here for you. And Jewel went out and got her Women Who Rock for a Cause t-shirt and everything. So we're here supporting.
Oh my God, we would love to be on your show. Any show. You have so many projects. Thank you so much.
And she's
We're blushing.
We blush.
Stop.
When the amazing guests who come on, who do great things, come on again and check us out and give us these compliments, like, it's hard to see the beat red with all the lights I put on, but it's pretty red. I'm a big Sharon Leah fan, and we loved what you did. And I was so thrilled to be able to get you just one artist. Like, we got you Susie Corey for the show. She kicked it off. She kicked ass. And she constantly thanked me for introducing her to it. And like I said, now, I mean, you know, with my wife, with the stage 1 breast cancer thing, you realize when people go out to do charity work, fundraising, etc., how big it is and how much it means. So really, I mean, blush, pat yourself on the back, kiss your own hand, whatever you got to do, because you're doing amazing work.
That's so nice. Yeah, and every little thing helps too. So it's just so big, and she does so many amazing things. So we have to get out and see her too. All these people, we have to go see these shows.
Definitely, there's a lot to do, and yeah, you know, charity is important, and giving back is important. Usually, but
we should do like, because October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We should do like October through December for charities this year.
We should. And matter of fact, my wife even said, look, because I mentioned like maybe we'll do a special night, get together some of our great artists and just have them play some songs and have the viewers come out, and maybe if they want to throw Venmo her way to help out. And she's like, I'm not ashamed of that. She said, I think it's amazing. And she would come on and sit with us. You know.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah.
The woman could talk to a wall. And God help us if the wall spoke back.
She makes friends everywhere. And everywhere you go, she knows everyone there. So it's like,
yeah.
Okay.
And if she doesn't
know the
them,
whole place.
If she doesn't know them, she'll make it.
For sure.
Thank you, Sharon. That's very sweet.
Do you guys meet like your best friends on a cruise or something?
Yes, our Staten Island friends. We met them on a cruise. Amazing too how it worked. She was in the water with the wife. I'm on the beach with the husband. I look at this guy and I said, "You're not a water guy, are you?" He goes, "Nope, I'm not a beach guy." I'm like, "Yeah, me neither." I said, "What are you doing?" He said, "I'm waiting for my wife." And I'm like, "Me too." And we both we point to these blondes in the water, just going, "Gack, gack, 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 gack." I'm like, "We're in the same boat here, definitely." Let's set this up. Let's get some Dondi going on.
Okay.
He said the song. He said I didn't set the one up. I do have "Just Think About It," and I got the title track "Swim in Your Skin." So we'll play the first one now. It's Just Think About It. And, of course, as you know, with our great technology, I need a second or two to set it up. Just think about it and share. Excellent. And blow up the screen so you'll see me and Joel's face in the background as it plays. Excellent. All right, so we're going to play it. Our very special guest this evening, Dondi. And this is the song Just Think About It off of his brand new album, Swim in Your Skin. It's about 3 minutes and 40 seconds. So take a listen, and we'll be back shortly right here on the Yo Show with Jeff the Shark Perini, Jewel Tavy.
Will you think about it? Don't you wanna think about it? Don't you know every chance that I get, will I study you, baby? I've got a plan. I'm such a fan, yeah. Little time, little wine, and I know you'll be making me crazy. Just hold my hand. We could walk in the sand, yeah, yeah. I wanna know now. Will you be the one showing me how to open up a lonely heart? Girl, I never knew just where to start. The truth is you're getting me high. Girl, every time that I look in your eyes. Tell me what you're doing, it's a Saturday night. I've got a curiosity I need to satisfy. So maybe let me take you out. I wanna take you out tonight. Maybe if you wanna stay. Well, tell me if you wanna stay. I wanna show you now what I'm all about. What you think about it? What you think about this? Baby, tell me if you're down. Are you down? I wanna be the one you roll. We can get to rolling. I really wanna show you now what I'm all about. What you think about it? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Just think about something to think about. What you gonna do? Tell me, baby, what you gonna do? Just think about it. Got it into my head that it's best if I don't give you flowers. No, I've been thinking it over. Yeah, I got something else for you. That's right. I would step to the side anytime, baby. Give you the power. Got the power, girl, any hour. Oh, I would shower you with my love raining down. I wanna know, love to know now. Will you be the one showing me how to finally open up my heart? Girl, I never knew just where to start. The truth is you get me high. Girl, every time that I look in your eyes. Tell me what you're doing, it's a Saturday night. I've got a curiosity I need to satisfy. So maybe let me take you out. I wanna take you out tonight. Maybe if you wanna stay. Or maybe you just wanna stay. I wanna show you now what I'm all about. What you think about? What do you think about this? So baby, tell me if you're down. Know if you're down. I wanna be the one you roll. We can get to roll. I can show you what I'm all about. What you think about it? Yeah, I know you got some things you need to think about. Yeah, I know. Let the love light grow. We can take it slow if you wanna. Yeah, I know you got no time to be turned around. Yeah, I know. Yeah, so take a little time, think about what you want. So maybe let me take you out. I'd love to take you out if you wanna stay in. I've got something to show you. Do you think about it? I wanna know if you're down. I wanna be the one you roll with. Cause I wanna know you wanna roll. That's what it's all about. What you think about it?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely terrific. I got to tell you, when I say Luther, I'm not kidding. That is outstanding. Now, Chus in the house coming in to say hello, and thank you so much for saying hello, dude. We love you. We love the fact that you take, even if it's a few minutes, to pop in with us every week. Greatly appreciate it. He saw me on last Wednesday doing the extra thing, and he's like, oh my God, hey! Like, he didn't expect us to be on.
Not Chus. He's great. Joey was jamming. Did you see her dancing?
I didn't see her dance. I seen you dancing with her a little bit on the side, but and this is what I thought, Sharon. So she said that Dondi is mutual friends with her and a bunch of music friends. And I thought I saw you two have a link somewhere.
Stop.
Which
That's
is
so cool.
Tell me, man, it's awesome. And that's the way, yes, me? Oh, probably not me. Joey in the house. Joey, tell the people what they got to do. You know what they got to do. Tell them.
What do they got to do?
make sure you subscribe and hit the notification button. And also make sure to subscribe to my channel. And if you don't subscribe, I will steal your snacks like always.
Like always, indeed. And I bet her page probably has more followers than ours.
Probably. Whew.
Justin.
You gotta put my videos on YouTube, Mom.
I know. I'm bad at uploading.
Sharon, she is our unofficial spokesperson, little Miss Joey.
Yeah.
Tells the people to like and subscribe. And it's a little scary. I'd like and subscribe. I don't want that girl coming to my house and taking my snacks.
Still our snacks. She likes Pringles, sour cream and onion the best.
Now I'm partial to plain.
Really? I don't know.
For
Sour
Pringles,
cream and onion can be overwhelming.
right, for Pringles. Now other chips, I like sour cream and onion. Pringles.
You know what? I'm so mad because I do love Pringles. I love regular Pringles, but they came out with a multigrain Pringle, which was so good, and I felt more filling, and they discontinued it for some reason. Like, I don't like that. I needed it in my snack life.
I got to make a little disclaimer, and Dondi said it best. He said, "You're much more better looking than I am, but when you say weird things, you make me make weird faces like who the hell wants to come see? That's horrible. The ugliest face I've ever seen."
Oh God. But yeah, no. Why are you hating on multigrain? There's nothing wrong with that. You don't like wheat thins?
Like anything healthy, like people say, like, oh, like mini wheats, like that grain and wheat, whatever. You know, it's gotta have the frosting on it, or forget about it.
Oh yeah. No. What's it without the frosting?
Even grape nuts, like when I eat grape nuts, I'll put like a pound of sugar, and the sugar's in the bottom. I scoop it, and you get sugar and mix it with your grape nuts.
Have we done like that cereal? Because I feel like we haven't.
Yeah, we did. We've done a lot of. Wait, is the top 5 or is it Let's Argue?
I don't know.
Beautiful segue, by the way.
I think my TV's broken. Anything else today? I spent 2 hours at the doctor's. Like, why? And it was really far.
That's quick.
Quick.
Very quick.
She didn't even need any kind of shot. Like, it was just like, oh, hi, can you hear? Can you see? Great. 2 hours.
I have this new desk drawer. I proudly put it together myself. The good news is the microphone is pretty much like you just got to clip it and it's pretty much right in my face. So the other table, I had to drag it all the way across. Here it's like right up on me.
What brand is your microphone?
That is a good question. I actually do not know.
Is it a newer Spirit?
I'm not sure. I'll have to look it up now.
Find out. 'Cause I don't know how to work mine.
You know what? The filter piece, from the get-go, I did not have it on, did not leave it on, because it's like, it would go on the camera, look like you wouldn't even see my face.
Oh, I know.
I'm like, yeah, this is horrible. You cannot even try and see me.
Well, I like how yours is like up, though. I feel like that doesn't work.
I like it hanging up a little. Yours comes from the side. I tried the side Wednesday night, and I was like, I like it like, it's like this Howard Stern. Howard, hey now.
That's a good idea. Maybe I should put it in the front.
Try in the front. So my brother's talking shit already. Our fantasy football draft is this past Sunday. We're in 2 different leagues with, families, brothers, and all that. And, of course, I play him in one of the leagues, and he's already talking shit. And trust me, you better hope you win, because in 2 weeks, if you do not, I will be humiliating you on this very program. It's very hard to get angry at him when you look at that picture of that little man. I mean, look at that guy.
I know.
Adorable. Oh, I got him a birthday gift today. Sharon Leah wants to bring. I don't blame you. I don't want Beetlejuice on my show. Is he even still alive? I thought he died, Beetlejuice. Didn't Beetlejuice die?
The comedian?
Yeah, the dude who's always on Howard Stern. The little guy?
Oh, he was on Howard Stern?
I want Pringles. Oh, God, I want Pringles so bad.
What kind, Sharon?
Yeah, what kind, Sharon? Because I like plains. I like plain Pringles. But, so, Jewel, I got for my nephew, I got him 2. They're Spider-Man Web Slingers, and you put them on her wrist like Spider-Man.
Stop.
And it shoots out the silly string or water. So you can have it through either one, or shoot out water or silly string. They are the best, and he is going to love it.
I love those. I never had so many dreams about me having like web blasters, like actual web blasters, and then I wake up and I don't have them, and I'm upset all over again. That has to be the coolest thing when you're little. Like they didn't have those when we were little.
I know, we had nothing. We had
We went crazy with that.
we had like the Battlestar Galactica thing that would shoot out the little orange tabs, and little kids were shooting their eyes out, and they would do away with them.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, Rob's son is cute with the Jeff caps on. Kid must be adopted or something, or look like his mother. I throw that in there. But yeah, so Sharon is a sour cream and onion favorite also. I mean, I like them, but it's not really my thing for some reason, Pringles. Let's do it. Let's argue, since Jewel talked about it a few minutes ago. And this one's great. We got a lot of great feedback on this one. You get to pick 3 places, Jewel, that you want to visit. 3 of them. And first, I got to get Dondi's banner out of there real quick. We'll put it back on later. You can go to Italy, France, Greece, Portugal, England, Spain, Scotland, Ireland, Germany. You can pick 3. A little tour, if you will. And we polled the audience, and we got a great list. Jewel, as always, before we give out the answers, I will let you pick your 3.
Okay. I thought about this. Of course, I'm torn. All right. Italy, number 1. Definitely.
All right.
And Ireland. And it's between England and France. I really want to go to France. I took like 7 years of French.
Wow, oh God, I hated French.
I like their food. Well, their bakery treats. I'll say France. Well, yeah. But I always wanted to go to England too. God damn it. I think,
England's on mine. And France, you said you took 7 years of French. The first year, I had to take French because you had to take you took all 3 of the major languages in 1 year. Mm-hmm. And my buddy's like, oh, when you get to the door, say, bonjour, madam. She loves that. Do it to her. I'm like, okay. I'm like, bonjour, madame. And she's like, oh, I'm like, what? Like, she started going off on this French tangent that I had no idea what she was saying. None.
Is that like, when someone calls me ma'am? I'm like, why are you calling me ma'am?
I love me some
You're so old.
Greece is great. My wife's been to Greece. I have not.
Go to Greece so bad. I just
want
to go there.
Because this
I feel
is
like
actually...
you can hop though. Like if you go to Ireland, you can go to England. If you go to Italy, you can hit Greece and France. No.
That's why you get 3. Okay. And here are our list. And at the bottom of the list, of course, is France. Nicely done, Joel. France is dead last. 4 people. I think Americans have some kind of thing with France, like they do with us.
I am not fluent at all. Like I can't. I try. I know like some words. I wish I did, but
no to the ma'am. Don't ever call a woman ma'am.
No, and all these young girls are doing it to me. I'm like, do I look old to you, little bitch?
My wife is 38, and some girl ma'amed her, and she's like, oh no way. I'm like,
my favorite pizza spot does it, and I'm not going to say my pizza spot because I go there a lot. But like, come on. You call me ma'am. Like, ma'am. I like coming to you guys every Friday. Like, stop calling me ma'am.
That's what they do in France. Number 8. The next one on our list with 8 votes is Portugal. Tough. Mm-hmm. It's just not as fancy a name, I guess. I'm sure it's beautiful, but it's just the name isn't as fancy as the other countries that you hear. So, Portugal.
Well, yeah, and you figured, good beaches.
But you're connected to Spain. It looks like you could just hop over the border and be in Spain. So
right.
Next up, kind of sad this was so far down the line, it was England. Now, I chose England. England was one of my 3.
Why do you want to go?
I think I like the accents, number 1. I like...
You just want to see Lilith in the Night.
Oh, well, that's, that was actually going to be the last thing I mentioned. I like the pub life. Seems like these people really like to drink and get down. Of course, Lilith.
Yeah, but the food?
Yeah, I've heard that. Well, maybe I'll bring some hamburgers and pack some sandwiches.
Look good? Those like egg things or like corn something with the hash browns and the eggs and like the egg with the potato, and then they fry it.
I can't think of the name. I know what you're talking about. And I
The
cannot-
English treat.
I don't know.
I don't know. I want to make it though.
Bangers?
No,
It's not bangers.
it's called something. It's like something egg. Scotch egg. That's
Scotch
what it is.
egg. Scotch egg directly from England.
Yeah.
Ooh. Now, Steve Giordano said meat pies are the best. I've never had a meat pie.
Me neither.
Have you been to England? I know Steve is a frequent flyer to Italy. I know he's never been to England, but I never had a
I
meat
have to go to Italy. Like, I have family there. Like, come
Right.
on. Gotta see. And that food. Come on.
Next up is Spain. I always thought Spain was a big destination, but it kind of hit the middle of the pack here. And you're right next to Portugal. And you get to see beautiful Spanish women. As George Usher had said. Wow, man. Good thing I had no hair. Next up is Scotland. And Scotland actually was pretty high on this list. I hear it's very scenic, though. Like, I hear the grass and all, and like very green, beautiful trees. I've never been there. I don't know a lot about it, but I hear it's beautiful.
Yeah. Sheep.
Somebody's murdering a child back there. Next week on Unsolved Mysteries, the child that was murdered during the Yo Show webcast.
What?
It sounded like somebody was like murdering her back there.
Oh, she's
I-
screaming. She's watching Teen Titans. She's going off walls.
I
Oh, you
love-
should see
I
her
love
rocket
Teen Titans.
launcher. It's so funny. Watch it.
Next up, and I'm kind of surprised, Ireland. I'm surprised Ireland is not near the top because a lot of Irish people. who like
Isn't that the
music.
top?
No, there's a couple more to go yet.
See, I'm debating on Ireland because one, I heard it's like insanely expensive, even for like beer. And you know, you have to I feel like you have to travel to get where you want to go.
Yeah, well,
It's not like, bustling social scene. That's what I'm saying.
imagine traveling to get to where you have to go. Very interesting.
I am just horrible tonight.
Next up, another one of my choices, Germany, and I don't know why.
Germany before Ireland?
Yeah, absolutely.
Why? Why?
I don't know. I don't even know why I picked Germany. It's one of my three, and I can't even tell you why.
So you don't know any of the... I mean, are you German?
No, I did.
I'm
take,
German, and I wouldn't want to go to Germany.
I did take 3 years of German in high school, though. I don't know how. It's a hard language.
Yeah, my cousin took it because his father lives there, and it's insanely hard. He took German, and then he took Italian.
Ooh, I wish
Kids
they offered Italian.
genius.
They didn't. Now, the next two are, I don't want to say obvious, but I kind of had the feeling they're going to be the winners. My wife's been here. She said it's incredible Greece. And it's a
That's where they
shame
shot
about-
Mamma Mia.
Yes. It's a shame about the economy thing that they're still in like such straits, being such a beautiful country.
I know.
And number one, I mean, it's easy. Come on. Who doesn't love Italians, right?
Come on.
Italy. Forget about it. Of course it's Italy. Damn it.
Do you watch Jersey Shore at all?
No. And I mean, when I say no, I mean like not even a second. Like I just refuse.
It's so funny. It's really funny. If you want to see some crazy drunk people. But anyway, they shoot a season in Italy. Now, for the shore, they go to like seaside, but this one season they go to Italy. They are so out of their element. All these Italians from here, right?
Yeah.
But, it's just not like here. Stuff
No,
closes early. They can't get around. They get arrested. Like, it's just a mess for them. The outlets and all that, like, they live in like a very old building. So
Wow. I've
they
never
couldn't
seen
they
it.
couldn't go to a tanning salon. They don't really have them over there.
Ian and so on. It's good stuff. Yeah, so Italy was number one, and it was, as always, just a terrific, terrific list. I love it. I love Let's Argue. I love when people get involved. Get a lot of the same people every week that I think they wait for my answer and go to the exact opposite. Some people really get the rocks off on picking the opposite thing as me.
I'm really surprised like Germany is number 3. What are people thinking?
People like Germany. I don't know. I like this new little desk thing. I like this big chair. I'm telling you, it's
We've heard, yeah.
it's extremely like organized. Like it's comfortable. I don't have this big giant picnic table on my face.
I know. I feel like I need a new setup or knew everything. I'm on like this big art table, but it doesn't really work anymore.
It's going to take a little getting used to still because I can't totally sit all the way back with the microphone. So I got this little awkward chair thing going. I still have pillows.
Those are squeaky chairs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this thing's brutal. My buddy Brent, who watches the show from time to time, said to me, like, get a gaming chair and it'll change your life. I mean,
They're
I
like
need a
$300. Like, am I
I
going
know.
to pay $300 for a chair? It's probably worth it.
I just did yesterday. I bought my wife a recliner for $400 because she said, the couch and all that with the treatments, sometimes it's really not comfortable. Like, I want to sit upright. So,
Yeah.
a nice little recliner. It was nothing overly fancy. $400 for a recliner was like a very average recliner, really.
Yeah.
They had the ones for $1,250. They got the one where you hit the button and it just keeps carrying you up. Your
Oh.
feet hit the floor. I'm like, yeah, that's a
Ooh.
recliner. That's not the lazy boy. That's the lazy man. That's the lazy. They call that one the lazy fuck. That's what they call. That's what they call that thing. Like for people who can't even like bend their back to get up.
Oh man. Yeah. My sister definitely got one of those for like treatment, like a very nice recliner. And then she got the bed too that like went up and up. I mean, it was a great deal of help.
Yeah, I'm turned off with beds forever. Like I said, we got this Tempur-Pedic thing, and I hate it. I just hate it.
Why?
It's
I
not.
love mine.
I don't find it that comfortable. I just really don't. Like.
Well,
I
do you
don't
like a
know.
hard mattress?
I don't like the only thing I like hard in this world is myself. But no, I don't really like. I don't mind. Come on, I'm waiting for your scolding. I do it for scold.
What the hell you're talking about?
It's been a while for Portugal, but no, really. No, I don't like. I don't like. I don't like laying on a stiff mattress. Like I'll lay on the couch sometimes. I'm like, oh god. But I get into this bed and like it's supposed to be like form fitting and I don't know.
Need one of those sleep numbers.
Yes, definitely. We went over, and I don't want to say the name of the place and give the salesman a hard time, but we're buying this recliner, and he's trying to sell us everything else. I'm like, I just bought a Tempur-Pedic mattress maybe less than a year ago. He's like, well, yeah, maybe you can put it in another room and buy a new one. And I'm like, I'm not putting it in a guest bedroom. Like, it's a pretty big bed. Well,
Yeah.
but if you have guests over, it's a nice gesture to get in a nice bed. Now, let me show you. I'm like, dude,
Oh God.
no, I don't need anything else. I'm good.
Yeah. See, when I get a new bed, I might give Joey my bed, but I don't know. It's a pretty big bed.
Yeah, you don't want to.
What?
It's better to have a big bed to move around in.
I guess.
Throw arms and legs and body parts.
She's just, I mean, she comes with me and sleeps in my bed. She's just like, last night, I'm done, I'm trying to clean up after she falls asleep. And of course, she climbs in my bed and she's laying horizontally on my bed, like across the top pillows. I'm like, oh, Jesus. Like, it was bad before, but come on. She's usually like,
Yeah, it's what the dog does. Now, you've seen my dog in person. You know he's not very big until he sleeps.
Right.
He can manage to get, his body takes up like half the bed. And she's
Yeah.
like, what are you doing? I'm like, trying to get out of the way of the dog. And then
Yeah.
he leans up and he's got his ass in my face like this.
yeah, when she sleeps in my bed, I'm like hanging off the edge in the morning. I'm like, start sleeping in your bed.
It's amazing when small people sleep how much they can really expand themselves. My brother said his son gets in bed and he said, forget it. He said, I'm pretty much thrown off.
I know, but her bed's, I think, more comfy than mine.
Isn't it amazing though? Like years back, I had an ex that had 2 kids, and for some reason, like I'd be a weekend and she'd be at work. She was a nurse too. She'd be at work on the weekend. I'd be picking up toys in the kids' room, and I'm like, so give me a minute. And I lay down like this little girl bed. Next thing I know, it's like 5 hours later. I'm like, whoa, I don't have it. I was sound asleep. It's like the greatest sleep I ever had.
I know. I did that on the love seat yesterday. I'm like, my neck was all wrenched. I was just like, how did I fall asleep? I didn't think I was even tired.
So Friday night, what time did you get home? Did you get home in one piece? I kind of felt bad to leave the festivities because I had to, but
So my sister broke her shoe. We had to walk a couple blocks. We
Yeah.
actually walked past where we had to go by a couple blocks because it was so dark in the woods we couldn't see.
you went to the woods.
Well, it's like the big development, you know.
Yeah, I know,
So
but yeah.
we made it all the way to the park, if you know where the park is. We're like, this isn't right.
Wait,
She
the
broke her shoe.
the random park in the middle of the strip that's got that swing set on it, like it really doesn't belong anywhere, but it just happens to be there.
But
Isn't that
Neil,
fair?
yeah. Yeah, it wasn't good. But we went back and guess what they had for us?
What?
Charlie's. I was in heaven.
Oh,
and they had the
my.
upside down and the regular pie. Like,
Oh,
I was like, yes.
dude, that is friggin' awesome. So I know you were like, as on the ride back, you're like, we don't want to go home yet. Like, we got a little bit of freedom. And I respect that
Right
totally,
about-
man. And I gotta be honest, if the issue didn't happen and I would have went with you, it would have been a really rough finish. Because I was like getting kind of fired up. Like I was pretty pumped.
Yeah, it
Just
was
being
fun.
that
I mean,
close to home, like I would have been pretty stoked up.
oh my God, I got the kid in trouble. So I know your friend is like the older gentleman that works there. I'm not going to say it, but I got the kid in trouble because we walk in and once again, it's like bright, like this bright in there. I'm like, why is it so bright? Like it was packed, kind of. It was,
Yeah, it looked packed. Yeah, from the outside, it looked really busy.
well, like, a good amount.
Yeah.
And I asked the guy, I'm like, yo, it's really bright in here. He's like, oh, I got you. 1 second. And he dimmed it like a little bit. And then your friend came and yelled at him. And he's like, I can't see the money. I'm like, oh my God,
Man.
it's a bar. It's supposed to be a little,
Yeah. A lot of bars had that little bit darker lighting. Like the
Yeah.
Humanville Inn, I think, is brightish, and people are like, well, it's dark in here. In the Humanville. And I'm like, I think it's
no,
kinda
that's the
bright.
perfect lighting. I feel like that's pretty dim.
I could buy that.
And yeah,
Yeah.
I never felt, uncomfortable with lights and that. And I'm a stickler for lighting. So yeah, that place has been bright the last few times I went there. But I don't know, like it just makes me uncomfortable.
Did
Like,
they have any food going on? Sometimes you go in and they have like a little free buffet joint in the back, like hot dogs
No.
and stuff. No?
I think it's usually like Sundays for the Eagles game.
Oh, okay.
But I do love their food, like, because it's from next door. So
Yeah, I like the sandwiches and all. I go to
chicken parm panini is like my go-to.
Yeah, what? Really? From the deli.
Uh-huh.
I'm writing that down because my wife is chicken parm obsessed.
Oh yeah.
So
And Joey always
especially-
gets the grilled cheese. It's really good too.
Actually
You
sounds
put it on this like thick bread.
And I don't want to say the name because I don't want to disrespect it. I used to love their chili, but the last time I had it was not good.
Yeah, I don't know. What did they change people or something? Oh, I know that one guy quit.
I don't know. I thought it was like mostly the same family. Actually, speaking of chicken parm, this Friday night, my wife's birthday's on Saturday, so let me give her an early happy birthday as well.
Woo-hoo.
We're going to Macaroni.
Ooh.
Baby, and their chicken parm, dude. Woo! Like the best chicken parm in the area. The peppers, phenomenal. I'm like so excited. I'm like might not eat for like 3 days just in anticipation.
Man, I need to go to like a good restaurant. I haven't had a good meal.
I tell you what. Next time a gentleman tries to court you and say, "Let me take you to dinner," say, "Take me to Macaroni," and then for the second day, say, "Take me to Rocco at the Brick Hotel," like that place. Woof. Stephanie in the house. Hi, Stephanie. Macaroni is phenomenal, Steph. One of my favorites. My brother goes there. I called to make the reservation. And I said, put on her last name, Perini. And they're like, Robin Beth. And I'm like, wow. Like, they're there now. And I'm like, yeah, not quite, but yeah. But Stephanie,
man.
you're right, man. Macaroni is awesome. Rocco at the Brick Hotel. Problem is, it's expensive. Which, normally, if I got the money in my pocket, doesn't bother me because I love a great meal. Rocco had, last time I was there at Rocco at the Brick, my brother and his wife took me for my birthday, and they had this veal tomahawk chop. You know the tomahawk steaks? They had this veal like this big. with the giant bone. There's a picture of me on Facebook, like, gnawing on the bone. But, man.
I don't think I've ever been to like a fancy restaurant.
Rocco the Brick is pretty fancy. Macaroni is fancy-esque, but it's not. Oh, excuse me. Wow.
Right.
It's not like overdone where you're like, you're uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like sometimes in Atlantic City, you go to some of these places, and matter of fact, I even forgot after the Jamie Kennedy show. I was going to ask you guys if you wanted to go to Noodle Bar. Every casino's got a great noodle bar, and I'm like, oh man, I walk by, I'm like, oh my god, noodle bar. I
Ooh,
love the noodle bar, dude. Every place, I love them. I forgot.
I tried to get that down there. Oh, what? At Jamie Kennedy.
Yeah, I forgot. I walked past it going up. I'm like, oh, after the show, we're so going noodle bar. And I forgot.
It's okay. We needed a drink. Look what I just got.
That's great work. Is that supposed to be me?
I love it. Oh,
It's time to shave this shaggy
I love
mess.
it so much.
I love you so much. Thank you.
So I forgot to put the ad up. But I will be mentioning it over the next few weeks.
I see this other one. I want to see how it looks on my wall.
The Pints in the Park event is back. Cancer support community brings it out every year. Of course, there was COVID. But Pints in the Park is back October 9th this year. It's in Warminster. I'm going to start slamming the ad and promoting it on the show. I forgot this week. I'm going to start promoting it. Of course, Loso Beer is there, and several local breweries go there, and liquors, and there's games, prizes, food. And like I said, it's for the cancer support community. It's always a great time. Pints in the Park. I'll be sharing that over the next few days. Jewel, if you can, come on out this year. Check it out.
Oh man, yeah, that sounds awesome.
It's a terrific time. I'm going to do on that note, I'm going to do a very quick version of Man Cave scores, which I haven't done in a while. I have to because I got to show everybody this fantastic piece I got. I left the Jamie Kennedy autograph CD in the car. Nice going. So that's not on Man Cave scores. But what is a couple of my brand new Funko Pops, including chainsaw and all, the rather unattractive Leatherface.
You showed him.
I did? There's two Leatherface. One's so the one with the
Oh.
sledgehammer I didn't show. Damn it. Anyway.
No. It's an. I don't know. I'm not going to show it.
And then there
Show it.
is. Show it! And then there is Rhino from the Spider-Man series. Look at that
Ah.
Rhino. Super cool. Look at the horn. It's exclusive Marvel Collector Corp. Rhino. And Jewel, last but not least, I was so excited to finally find these, and I finally got one. Actually got two. I'm holding on to one for potential trading. And you know I love my black lights, and I got my special black light thing set up on the side, complete with T-shirt. It is Venom.
Ooh.
Look at that bad boy with T-shirt. That's so cool. It's in the Blacklight series. They're really hard to find for a while. And my wizard of collectible finding, Christian Rupert, called me last week at the end of the show. He called me and said, yeah, I was just at Fairless Hills Target. I got Blacklight. I'm like, well, he goes, yeah, I grabbed two. And he said, if you go tomorrow morning, there might be two left. So I seen two kids walk out with them. I got two at the very end of the night. So I went 8 o'clock Thursday morning, went to the back in the Funko section, couldn't find them. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, wait a minute. So I proceeded to tear apart the entire Funko section, and hidden in the back behind hundreds of other ones, there was the two. So somebody
Get out.
somebody saw them, figured hid them, and screw it, they're going to get them tomorrow. And
You just dashed that little boy's dream. What is wrong with you?
Screw that little boy. These things are currently in the Funko price guide for $110.
Are you serious?
Serious.
Joey just was wearing her Wonder Woman Funko Pop t-shirt yesterday. Where is it? Where's that t-shirt at? I think it's in the wash. But it fits her now. Yeah, it shrunk pretty bad, so you can't wash those things.
The next one that's high on my list, like sometimes I'll pay extra for one.
Yeah, that one.
You know, I love that one.
It came with that one.
I didn't know you had that one. I love that one. The black and white one, I think it's awesome.
Do you want to see mine?
What's that?
Yours?
Oh, let me see yours. Of course I want to see. I love Funko Pop. I want to see everybody's.
Oh, she stole mine. She stole the breast cancer one.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Batista.
Here's mine.
That's the breast cancer one, correct?
Jeff got me that one.
It's okay.
She's it's okay.
Okay.
Come here.
It's for the Tatey family.
Joey. Here. Come show your paintings.
I like when I was telling your sister the other night about how when I first met your dad, I felt like he wanted to strangle me. And she's like, yes, that's about right.
Yeah. You want to show the paintings? All right, so we did 2 paintings for Joey's wall of art.
Is there an actual wall in your house that's Joey's wall of art?
Yeah.
I believe it. Yeah.
That's one.
Look at that. Is that supposed to be her in the picture?
No, it's Sailor Moon. It's
That's
Eternal
right.
Sailor
And
Moon.
this is Zelda.
Well, Link.
That
Link.
was-
Zelda.
Yeah, mine's good.
That one is not done yet, but
Uh,
it's taking me a while.
Is that you doing it straight by hand?
And here's a painting that
Yeah.
I did.
I like you.
It's so cute. I
like
have
it.
that in
Really
the
good.
background.
That's
Oh, you
really
did?
good.
How about we put
Yeah,
paintings?
this is
Stop.
the new game.
My Phillies. Get out of here.
Good job.
Very good job. You guys are well. She will inherit your artistic excellence because your work is just phenomenal.
Oh, thank you.
I don't
Yeah,
want to call. I don't
yeah.
want to call anybody out, but Miss Christie that you painted that fantastic painting for. She said somebody in her house wrote on the back of it and then threw it out.
Oh, they threw it out. Oh
She's
my
like, I don't know how
God.
to tell you this. And I'm like, no way. She's like, I'm
Aw.
really upset. Mine isn't thrown out. Mine is right by my side as always.
They have a picture of that somewhere. She, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, because I sent it to you.
Yeah, you did. And then I sent it out from there.
Oh, yeah. If anyone wants anything, I get. Well, you know what? I went to the dollar store, and they have a bunch of canvases, and these are big canvases.
Is it from the
You can
dollar
get-
store?
Yeah, man, the one by you, and they have. This is like the size they use at Painting with a Twist, like 11 by 14.
Yeah.
But I got little ones, and
Oh, I did the little one. Hold up. I think I know where it
you
is.
can get them if you want. Yep. But yeah, come up at the dollar store because canvases can get expensive.
Canvases can get expensive. That should be an Elvis Costello song.
Mom, where's my tie-dye bag?
Oh no, babe.
Remember when I had it?
We're gonna do topics in a minute.
Kind of in the middle of something.
As soon as Joey finds her tie-dye bag, we're gonna do
That
some
has
topics.
my painting. in it.
Okay, you'll find it. It's okay.
All right, let's get to some topics because I promised that I would eat a big fat crow sandwich, Joel Tatey, with this first topic. As you all know, a couple months back during the NBA playoffs,
Okay.
I absolutely positively defended Ben Simmons on the show. I ranted about it.
Da-da-da-da.
Okay. That's awesome.
I read. It says 21.
21 for the year. Good job.
Yeah,
It's
21.
excellent.
And I tried to do like black corners, but it was holding by the thing, so.
Go hang it up for me. Go right in.
Okay.
She'll be in 25 minutes, pretty much to the second. Because she hates that 10:01 thing. But anyway, so I defended Ben Simmons to the hills. I ranted about it. I screamed at people. I hollered. I went berserk. Our man Ben Simmons comes out today, and he tells the Philadelphia 76ers just this. Trade me, or I hold out. He's got no plans to come to training camp. He said his time here is done. He no longer wants to be a Sixer, and he wants out of town. Now, the Sixers really played this wrong. They kind of let it be known that they wanted a king's ransom for Simmons. They weren't taking just anybody. They want a big trade. Now Simmons is saying, I want out of here. Now we're desperate. Now we have to get him out of here. So expect a horrible trade in return. Jewel, you know, nothing makes me more sick than when players hold owners ransom. But where does this go? This is it? This is it? I guess this is it.
I mean, what are they going to do? What can they do? Is that how it works?
Yeah,
It's kind of a
apparently.
shitty move, right?
Exactly. It's a shitty. He's going to hold down. The thing that pisses me off is they're protected by contract. To me, if he holds out and he doesn't play, doesn't report to the teams under contract with, you don't pay him.
Yeah.
Why would you pay a guy that's not coming to work? Especially if he has a contract to come to work. But in the end, he'll win out somehow. He'll weasel his way out. We'll trade him for not the value, because everybody sees now he's that desperate to get out, so we're kind of stuck. And he's going to set us back a great way. Former #1 pick, who can't shoot free throws, who doesn't shoot jump shots and three-pointers, is now crying that he has to get out of town.
How do they do that? Like, what determines, like, if he doesn't show up to work, he doesn't get a
As far as
paycheck?
he gets paid still.
That's insane.
Deshaun Watson, the football player, told Houston he's not coming. He still gets a $10.5 million roster bonus. How the hell do you pay a guy for not showing up to work? I'm in the wrong field, Jewel Tatey.
Yeah, can I get that for not showing up?
I know people who go to work and can't get paid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not mentioning names, but they know who they are. Oh, Jesus H. So, let's get that Ben Simmons thing out of my life. There's a reboot and gender reverse. Nothing weird, don't. But it's a gender reverse for all the movie She's All That. And it's actually called He's All That, Jewel Tatey. Cute little movie poster right there. Stars a TikTok sensation, Addison Rae. She is cute, though. And Tanner Buchanan. In the movie, it's kind of reversed. Like, Rae is she's like an internet star at school. She's very popular. And the girls bet her that she can't turn a regular kind of nerd into prom king. Did you ever see She's All That with Freddie Prinze?
I have.
Terrific.
Rachel Lee Cook. Mm-hmm.
Oh, she's adorable in it. Like, I love her in that movie. Adorable movie.
Yeah, you like that movie?
I love it. I love it. Do you think in the role reversal it's the same? Because, I mean, let's face it. Any popular girl that asks got a nerdy kid, he's definitely going to go.
Not necessarily. But Rachel Lee Cook plays her mom in this one.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't read
So-
that. Oh, that's great. I love her.
That's cute. Yeah, I was going to watch it. It's probably like, feel good movie. And I mean, that's cool if you can go from TikTok to acting. I mean, she knows she's friends with Kourtney Kardashian. So, yeah, go for her if she can make the jump. Yeah, I'll probably watch it. It's one of those teen movies, but sometimes they surprise you. I don't know. But yeah, can a hot girl get a nerdy guy to go to prom? Is that your question?
Yeah, more or less. I mean,
But I don't know, because I went to a school where like the nerds, like they had a whole team and they weren't going to let anyone like infiltrate that. So
the
I
nerd.
don't know. And not always, I would say. So yeah, I guess it could work both ways, but
I'll have to check it out and see. I thought the first one was good. I thought it was, very well done.
I'm just not convinced the fact that like, because you, it's like, not another teen movie. Take off the glasses and pull down your hair. You're
Right,
hot all of a
exactly,
sudden.
And it took a little work with her. You always hear the phrase "don't shit where you eat," and it's got to do a lot with work. And that's our next story here. Apparently, this two lovely couples used to shit where they eat. That, of course, is Johnny Galecki and Kaylee Kuko, who starred together in Big Bang Theory. Now, apparently, they dated for around 2 years while they were on the show. Apparently, she took to him like right away, really got into it. And then they broke up. And now she alleges that after they broke up, the show's creator, Chuck Lorre, who has more than enough issues with his TV actors on his shows all the time, she said it seemed like there was more hookup script parts written and more hookup between the two of them and more emphasis on their show relationship. And she said it kind of like it was affecting her real life. Of course, she's been married for a few years and it's going great. And her and Galecki apparently remain friends. But she said it seemed like they were forcing it more and more. Like after they broke up, the show wanted more and more of them on screen together in romantic type things.
The show's over, right?
Yeah, show's over. But I go both ways about this. First of all, if you're working together, trying to romance each other is difficult because one little thing goes wrong and now you're working in it every day.
Yeah.
But Chuck Lorre, like I said, I've heard more than enough stories about shows he does. Who's writing this? Is anybody writing this?
Yeah, I mean, work relationships are tough, especially a successful TV show. Like, I don't watch it, but yeah, it's on for a long time, and then you're gonna force like the writers and stuff are just, and who's telling them to write all that after the fact? Like, I don't know. There's some bad blood somewhere.
Yeah, it's tough. And the thing is, like, and it's funny because now you read how these two break up. And I watched the show, and I love her. I think she's just adorable, and she comes off, like, super sweet. And Johnny Galecki always seems just, like, the nicest guy, like, real, like, cool dude. But they're together 2 years and break up. So, like, if these two great people break up, obviously they're not that great. There's got to be some shit about them that we don't know.
I mean, everyone has their problems. Like, who knows?
Except me.
It's like, I don't like that you're taller than me when you wear heels.
Yeah, that's, height never bothered me.
No?
I would date a taller woman if she was into me.
Oh, God. I was always tall. Like, even in eighth grade, I was 5'9", so I'm like, and all the tall guys wanted the really short girls. I'm like, come on. Why?
Get me out of here. Why? No, the
Like,
short,
I can only date the tall guys. You can date anyone you want.
the short dudes always want the taller women. I don't know why that is.
I don't know. Could never know. I mean, my one ex was like eye to eye with me. I'm like, this is weird. I don't like this.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
This is already appealing. How about that? So one of
But I always, well, not, I don't hate her or anything. I had a little grudge against her when I was young because Nick Carter was on that How to Date My Teenage Daughter.
That's right, he was.
And they kissed. I'm like, that bitch.
10,
Taking my man.
eight simple rules.
For dating my
Dating my
teenage daughter.
daughter,
Yeah.
right. Because
R.I.P. John Ritter. Love
I
him.
know. I Googled her name and John Ritter kept coming up. I'm like, huh? I'm like, oh, that's right. That was like her start.
Yeah.
That's a good show.
That was a good show.
You realize how bad of an actor John Ritter was.
Wasn't it Katie Seagal, too? She was
Yeah.
like the mom?
Yep, she played
Yeah.
the mom. And the other two kids went nowhere. The redheaded sister and the boy went nowhere.
Mm-mm. She was really pretty, but yeah, she was like the Daria of the show.
Kind of. Darn. Good call. We do entertainment news. We do happy stuff. We do stories. But we also got to say that our hearts go out to the victims of Hurricane Ida. Hurricane Ida blew through, left millions of people without power. And we're talking about possible couple weeks. Like, I found this one picture, like Jesus. Like, where does your life go at this point? Look at that. It's like your house and your life is just destroyed in the path of winds and rains and etc. Again, I can't say much besides like our heart goes out to them. Imagine weeks without power. We're not really in hurricane country, thank God.
Not just power, but running water. Like, they don't have
Yeah.
running water, and it's just awful. It's worse than Katrina, and I don't even know. And now it's coming here tomorrow, like, and we're getting more tornado warnings. Like, when did we ever have this many tornadoes?
Right.
What is
Yeah.
happening? I don't know. I'm scared.
It's funny you mention that because last week I went with my buddy to drop him off at. See, I got the belch. The beer does it to me every time. We dropped him off at Faulkner. The Cadillac dealership is still intact. The rest of Faulkner, man, it's like a ghost town. Like, everything's down and under construction. They said it's brutal conditions. They're using portable air conditioners because all the air conditioning systems broke down. Like, wow. That poor man that died in front of his wife by alligator. Yeah, stuff like that. Like, can you... Good evening, Jen Hines, by the way. Can you even imagine, like it's total chaos. And there's people robbing from other people, too. And there's those opportunists that try to take whatever they can. But someone, like, getting eaten by
And it's
alligators.
alligators and the blistering heat. Oh,
the
my
heat.
God.
They said the heat is, like, insane. And they've got, like I said, no power. So there's no air conditioner. No running water to even, like... Wow. It's brutal.
I don't know. I can't. Louisiana always gets
I know, like...
worried.
The people I know are like, oh, I'm moving down to, like, Louisiana, or, oh, I'm going to move to, like, North Carolina, like, or, like, Jesus Christ, man.
Or Florida even. Florida gets
Yeah,
hit all the time.
You're in a teeth then. People say, well, I hate the snow. I think I'd rather shovel a foot of snow and
Yeah.
just know I have to shovel than...
Even Jersey gets flooded all the time. Like,
Oh, yeah, Jersey
the
Shore
ocean
does it too,
is like they're building in the ocean. Like, where do you think the ocean's going to go?
yeah, pretty much. Like, oh, it's on lifts. Oh, that's wonderful. That'll stop very
Mess with the ocean, man.
I know. I do not like the ocean. You do not mess with the oceans, right? Like, what do they call those tsunamis? Like, oof. Can you imagine?
No.
Wow.
No.
Water
Worst
scares
fear.
me. Drowning is probably my biggest fear. Like
Water scares me too. And I was so surprised because I never go in the ocean. And when I went to California, I'm like, I'm in the freaking ocean. But it was so clear. I can't explain like how just lovely it was. I'm like, damn, I'm really surprised. I'm like swimming in the ocean because I never do that.
I get you. I do. I put my feet in. I'll go to my knees, and that's it. My wife goes in, like in the ocean. It's not
Crazy. It's scary.
What else we got here? Hurricane. Oh, dude, this is great. And for people getting married, coming up soon, this is a great story. So newlyweds. There's this newlywed couple in Chicago. He got his name here because it's even worth mentioning his name. 'Cause this guy's a hero for me. It's Douglas and Deidre Simmons. So they come up with this, Jewel. They had people no-show to their wedding. And you don't really realize you're paying in advance per ticket, per seat. Now, it was $240, $120 per guest. So the people with the N1s that did not show up, they made up this phony invoice. And they said, I hope you're not offended, but here you go. This is what it cost us for you not to show up to our wedding. So it says, the invoice is being sent to you because you confirmed seat or seats at the wedding reception during the final head count. The amount above is the cost of your individual seats. Because you didn't call or give us proper notice that you wouldn't be in attendance, the amount is what you owe us for paying for your seats in advance. You can pay via Zelle, PayPal. Please reach out to us and let us know method of payment, what works for you, and thank you. Yeah, we have people do it at our wedding. It happens at every wedding. I get it. But the people who say, I'm coming, and suddenly don't show, and you're showing out 100, 200, etc. for these people, yeah, man, like, messed up. And people say, well, the newlyweds, they just had to kind of eat it and just take it. The guy says, why? Why do I have to eat it? You told me you're coming. I paid for you.
Yeah, I mean, but then again, you have to expect that, especially if you have like over 100 guests or something like that. Like, someone's going to say they're coming and not come eventually, right? So, don't you end up getting the food anyway? So, how do you itemize just a plate for people?
Right.
I don't know.
And they counted the open bar and all that. Now, we had, and there was somebody at my wedding, and I know he's not watching because me and this person kind of, how things get weird. But this person, like, calls me the day before and says, I don't think I'm going to come. I don't have a gift. Like, I could give a rat's ass about the gift. Calm down. Celebrate our day. Have something to eat. Let's drink. Let's party. Like, what are you worried about? If I can't give a gift, I can't go. Like, the excuse. Don't excuse. Just don't say yes in the first place.
Yeah, well, that's the whole point of like RSVPing, like I'm going to be there. But yeah, I guess you just have to chalk it up if you have a big wedding. Look, if you're that much of a stickler, don't have a big fancy ass wedding,
I guess so too. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, $120 a person it's a little bit of work. Ours, I think it was $75 I had, but we did, like I said, the early brunch, and even still. But I love that invoice, and I think it's hilarious, I like his tux, so I like that all white. She's pretty. But I love that invoice. I looked at that invoice all day and just kept laughing up a storm every time I seen it.
Oh my God. And what would you do if you got that? Like, what kind of... I ain't talking to these people anymore.
Right, yeah. I mean, they look bad as well as the people that didn't show. So it's like a no-win situation. It's like a double-edged sword. The rock band Kiss. Crazy story, too, because earlier when I read the story, Jewel, it said that lead singer Paul Stanley had said his COVID systems are gone. It was hell. It really beat him up, and now he's back. And then a few hours later, they found out that Gene Simmons, the bass player, now has COVID. So they have canceled more shows. Stanley's back. Simmons is out, canceling more of the farewell tour. Should they slam on the brakes of the farewell tour because Kiss and the makeup, they're in their like mid-70s now. Isn't COVID decided, hey, I think it's over?
I feel like every week we talk about Kiss and their shows. I'm like,
We do, and the dumb shit they say and how ignorant they are to people.
Getting in beefs when you're like 70. Come on, man.
Right?
Just call it. Half of you got COVID. Like,
Yeah.
not a good look.
Where's my pictures?
I
Throw
don't,
'em out.
I don't know.
We sent him to dear old
Here,
Captain
I'll
Noah.
give you more pens and paper.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for that.
So, like, there was another story today about David Lee Roth, how he was asked to join the Motley Crue Stadium tour and he turned it down. And I'm like, you know what? I did a David Lee Roth story last week. Like, how many times I got to talk about the same people being in the news and being pain in the asses?
Yes, same thing as Kiss. Like, I don't.
I-
Kind of over it.
Enough's enough. There is another new series coming out on Hulu, starring the lovely Hilary Duff, you see in the center. So cute. And again, talking about reboots, this one is called... Where the hell is the lead in there? I'm all over the board here. Anyway, it's Hulu's How I Met Your Father.
Oh, God.
Right?
Seriously?
A quote-unquote spin-off of How I Met Your Mother. Like I said, Hilary Duff is the main actress in this. And even as cute as she is, I find it ridiculous. Dude, the reboots. Can we have new... We can't be out of new material. We can't be.
How I Met Your Mother is not funny at all. There's not
Thank
one
you!
funny person on there. God, what's it? Doogie Howser's supposed to be the comic relief. He's not funny. And he's supposed to be a woman.
He was okay. Yeah, they make him a womanizer. He's gayer than
my
gay, and
God.
he's the womanizer.
No, it doesn't work. He's
His
just
character
not.
was okay, but yeah, he doesn't. And this isn't going to be funny. Hilary Duff certainly is not funny. She's the lead in this, and
No, her other show was bad too. Younger, like I tried. I
oh,
can't.
that's coming to an end. Thank God.
I just
Thank
think she's
God.
a bad actress. Like, I know she was a child actress, but hey, so was Miranda Cosgrove, and guess what? She still can't act. Like, I don't get it. Like, I know they're pretty and all, but like, I just don't know why they keep getting parts when there's so many talented
Yeah,
actresses and actors.
I keep saying like I like pretty and all that, but if the show's bad,
She was
Okay.
always uncomfortable acting. Even as a kid, she'd be like, it just never flowed. Like how
that younger show is so friggin' bad. Like so bad. It's so bad that it's good that you actually know the storyline, but it's just wow.
you're not talking about any of these.
What's that?
I don't know. Like Wednesday's coming out, and that cast is crazy.
I don't even know about that. Fill me in on that one.
I don't know. I don't know if Christina Ricci's going to be. What? You don't know?
No, it's called Wednesdays. It's a show about Wednesday Addams.
Yeah.
Oh, I've said that. I would watch, especially with Christina.
Catherine Zeta-Jones is Morticia.
Ooh. I love her too. Yeah,
Yeah,
Catherine.
but you know what my beef is? I always had like a thing for Gomez, and still looking for my Gomez. But Raul Julia was like the best. Like he was the best
Yeah.
Gomez, in my opinion.
I thought it was all right. I thought it was
Right?
a good cast. I think it was a good cast call.
Yeah, so everyone's like, oh my God, it has to be Oscar Isaac, because Oscar Isaac kind of like reminds us of Raul Julia, right? But no, what's his name? God. Do you know who I'm talking about? Who they cast as Gomez? Let me pull up a picture.
Let me.
Oh, wait, here it is. Oh, yeah, this dude. What's his name? Louis Guzman. You know that dude?
Oh, he's not even close. Yeah, I know him, but he's not even close to Gomez. Now.
With Catherine Zeta-Jones as Morticia. And him, I mean, they're like, oh, well, they're going by, the cartoon or whatever. Oh, shit. I need some eye candy for Gomez, like my Oscar Isaac.
Wow.
I don't see it at all.
I like when Sean Connery used to say, Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Yeah.
I love her. Still can't believe she married Michael Douglas all these years later. But I'm not familiar. Like I said, I get so turned off by TV shows. Like I said, reboots, remakes. Like, no offense to Rob Zombie, but again, he's remaking the Monsters into a movie. Come on,
Oh,
I'm sure it's going to be good, but I need something new.
But the Monsters hasn't been done. Like Addams Family, yeah, we kind of been there, done that. But no one's done the Monsters. They had a better song than Addams Family too. Yeah.
But for me, it was like Fred Gwynn was like the main. Fred Gwynn.
Oh, and Lucy, played by Nicole Kidman.
No, I'm not buying that. I saw that. I don't like that.
I don't like that either.
Nicole
Biggest
Kidman's not
Lucy
funny. I would give her some, but no.
Have you watched the new show with her on Hulu? It's like 9 Perfect Strangers.
No.
Weird.
I did watch that HBO show about the one where she like murders the husband with Reese Witherspoon and all that. That wasn't bad. Kind of like that show. I forget what it was called.
Wait, with Reese Witherspoon.
It was Nicole Kidman, Reese Witherspoon. Nicole Kidman's like an abusive relationship. What's his name was in there? Sarsgaard played the husband.
Oh, Big Little Lies.
That's it. Yeah, that I watched. That wasn't bad.
Oh, that's great. That's
Yeah.
based off a book. That's the one that was going to be 1 season, but then they made 2. But she's in that other one on HBO, The Undoing, with Hugh Grant.
Haven't seen it.
It's just a couple episodes, but it brings you in. It's like a mystery. It's like a mystery.
This happened way before our show ever started. I'm a little upset to this day because I'm mad at people getting mad at Hugh Grant.
Oh,
And you know
for
why?
his affair?
Affair. I got a blowjob from a hooker. Come on. And although he was dating Liz Hurley at the time,
Yeah, come on, man. Liz Hurley.
yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, not a lot beats Liz Hurley, but maybe
I used to
she
want to
doesn't.
be her. I was in like 8th grade and I got that silver Austin Powers dress. My mom's like,
yeah?
nope,
I love
No.
that.
going out like that. You're in 8th grade.
Love that. Running a little short on time. Let's talk about one more topic. And on his Instagram, he came out and said Jake Paul called himself retired boxer after another win. Jake Paul, social media and YouTube superstar, retiring from boxing, not retiring from boxing. A lot of people said he was kind of mocking Conor McGregor, how he always retires. Do we care about this?
Okay,
No.
Do you care about Jake Paul? A lot of people say, oh, he's got time to start taking notice. I don't really care.
It's just, I don't know. I don't really know him. So,
I know.
I mean, if he can box, then
But they're YouTubers and they get into boxing and he beats up a bunch of nobody. He's like, I'm a boxer. Well, I'm a webcast guy. I'm going to go out in the street and swing a baseball bat and be like, I'm a baseball player.
yeah. Or we should, have a boxing competition.
Yeah, there's something like that. That and the races. So, a huge thanks to our guest, Dondi, who was fantastic tonight. Love it. Great guy. Great conversation. The new
I don't
album.
know why we're clapping.
We appreciate you clapping. The new album is Swim in Your Skin, out now on Apple Music and Spotify. And, of course, it's blowing up there on all your major streaming services. Make sure to check it out. Catch Dondi performing December 1st at World Cafe Live in Philly. Tickets, ignore that. Tickets will be available on the World Cafe Live website when they come out. But you can find out more about Dondi at www.alldondi.com. Facebook, you can follow him at Dondi / the songwriter, and Instagram at all Dondi Music. Of course, Yo 2.0 is on tomorrow night, and we got a good show lined up there for you as well. So make sure you tune in. I forgot the name of the gentleman that's going to be on. I'm horrible. I'm the worst at this. And next week, Joel, next Tuesday, we actually don't have a guest. I don't know how we manage that.
I think we do.
Better check that again, because I didn't see
Okay.
one. I know we have guests coming on our yin yang, and some reason I'm like, wait a minute, there's nobody lined up for next week?
Okay. I'll check that.
Check that for me, because
Okay.
if not, I got somebody who is dangling into being our guest next Tuesday.
Okay.
So we'll work that out. And like I said, tomorrow night is Yo 2.0. It's a little show we do kind of like this. We got a special guest on. And eventually, Jewel will join us for 2 nights a week. And if she can't, we'll just bag 2 nights a week and do 1 night a week. Because, whatever. We just want to get more out to you. We want to get more guests, more stars, more me and my big friggin' trip. Because we know that people love that stuff. But like Dondi said, people really don't come to see me. They come to see Jewel. And I'm okay with it. Even getting it from the guests now. There's no sanction.
God.
We're going to take you out with Fire Cannot Burn. The band, of course, is St. Ricketts at www.stricketts.com. Again, tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, Yo 2.0. Next Tuesday, myself and the lovely Jewel Tatey return to our seats for another great episode of the Yo Show. And I forgot to give the props out to the thumbs and the hearts. Rose Delaney, thank you very much. Sharon Lee. Tina Marie Celine. Of course, Tina, formerly known as Tina Marie Tripper. We love you. Don't forget Ascend and Conquer, her brand new program. And Joan Topper. Thank you, everybody, for the likes and the loves. We got one more. Steve Giordano in the house. He stuck his thumb in there because he wanted to hear his name. Crazy bastard.
Thank you.
Let's take it out with some St. Ricketts. With Fire Cannot Burn. www.stricketts.com. Again, big thanks to Dondi. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And we will see you real soon. Have a great night.
Bye.
Bye. Hold on. Make sure the volume's turned up this time. Got it right. Hit it.
Was it truly blessed if the taste of it poisoned deeper than you know? Kindly answer this. Was the point of it just to reach new heights of low? So I'm pulling the anchor and drifting away, blinded by reason beyond disarray. It's what fire cannot burn. It's what fire cannot burn. Wanted to embrace what it takes for it, pouring salt into the world, willing to erase what I'd lose for it, to accept what I assume. So I'm pulling the anchor and drifting away, blinded by reason beyond disarray. It's what fire cannot burn. It's what fire cannot, searching for something, destined for nothing, losing composure over and over. Truly bliss if the taste of it poison deeper than you know. Kindly answer this. Was the point of it just to reach new heights of low? So I'm